When we were tasked with creating a smart device for an aged care facility, we began from phase 1, identifying the who, the why, and the what of the system. We accomplished this by brainstorming a list of possibilities for each packed element that were then combined onto a mind map to show the associations. Afterwards, we went deeper into each packed element, exploring them further. For personas, we generated a multitude of possible people who would use the system, with varying capabilities and expectations. We then generated a list of activities, contexts, and technologies, identifying different aspects that needed to be considered. This led us into the second phase, which was to take what was learnt from phase 1 and begin looking at how people might achieve the outcomes of the activities. We began this phase by creating user stories and conceptual scenarios, helping us understand what users would want to do with the system and when. Phase 3 enabled us to look at the idea of how we can start leveraging the technology available to achieve our goals through requirements, concrete scenarios, and use cases. These carried on from phase 2, correlating between both. The use cases gave us an indication of how the users and technology would interact, enabling us to understand how we would want our final design to work. Phase 4 delves deeper into the design of the system, developing how the system would look, feel, and function. This was completed through a conceptual design, metaphors, screen designs, storyboards, and a design language. We used navigation maps and transit states to indicate how the pages would lead into each other, with metaphors describing specific aspects of the design. Storyboards were then created, showing different scenarios that the final design could be used for. Screen layouts were also created, giving further indication of the final product and enabling us to have a visual representation of our design up to that point. A simple design language was generated, describing things such as the color schemes, text fonts, and a general layout of the end design. From all of the previous design considerations, we then designed animations that our final product would utilize. This enabled us to have a clear idea of what we wanted within our final product.
The prototype we have developed for our 5th stage is based off of the tablet that is used by both residents and staff. Any attempt to log in without entering a username or password will come up with an error. Once the details have been written in, you are brought to the home page. The home page currently has 3 different functions. The first is the ability to change the temperature of any particular room. From here you can change the temperature through your plus or minus buttons, turn it on through the slider at the bottom, and set it over a length of time through the timer. The second setting is our menus, which can be used by residents to pick out their meals over the course of a week. These options are saved once they are selected. The third function is the alert function, which is used by staff members. Here they can send out alerts to other members, alerting them of any necessary activities that need to be fulfilled. Anyone can mark them as addressed, and we can also broadcast our own alerts through this page. All pages hold on to the heading and footing, which contains the time, the request help button, and the logout function.